All right, everybody. Well, here are two super cute pets. I don't know if you guys are dog people or cat people, but here's something really important. You know, with growing awareness about the popularity of essential oils, there has been a little bit of a concern over if essential oils should be used on pets, how we can use them on our pets, and what we can do to actually support the health of our pets using this. And so that's kind of where this class came out of, just wanting to learn more about our pets. And so here's what you do need to know, though. We are not veterinarians. In the same way, when we're talking to our human friends, we are not doctors. We aren't veterinarians. So we're just here to share some really good information. And of course, you can...
Beverly, can you mute people, please?
Trying. There we go. Okay, took me a second to find them. So don't worry, Terry, if there is loud noise in the background, I'll do my best to kind of track down the unmuted friend. So anyway, but we are not doctors or veterinarians or experts, and we're not here to treat and diagnose or cure your pets or illnesses. This content is really for informational purposes only. And if you love it and you want the script and you want the slides to share, you know, to read through again, they're all on Grow Workspace. So you can go grab those as well. So I'm Beverly Banks. I'm actually the assistant to our Royal Crown Diamond, Terry Seacrest. And I became interested in essential oils in pets because I am a dog person. No, that doesn't mean that I hate cats. I don't know why that is the natural assumption, but I actually have 3 little dogs that run around inside and outside, and I take them on walks and I take them on hikes, and you know, all of our furry friends get exposed to a lot of yucky out there as well. I know, especially here in Colorado, if you take your dogs to the mountains, you've got to check them for ticks, and so I've always been a little bit curious as to how essential oils can help me do that. And so I know that you are probably a little curious as well. And so let's get started with a little bit of history. Just like with humans, you know, we have these texts that actually date back hundreds and hundreds of years. And pets actually have that same thing as well. So a number of years ago, hundreds of years ago, there is actually a reference that talks about using plant extracts on animals. Now, I am a terrible pronouncer of people's last names. So Dr. Lewis, and I believe it's Selvling. I know Christina Campbell, you probably know exactly how to pronounce his last name because you're so good at that. But I'm going to call him Dr. Lewis. He gets credited with developing veterinarian aromatherapy in the 1940s. And I just think that that is so progressive because I don't know when aromatherapy for humans became, you know, kind of front and center, but he was actually doing it with animals in the 1940s. Now, in 1993, the French veterinarian Nelly Gauchegin wrote the very first book that was dedicated to the use of essential oils with animals. So they just got their very first own book about essential oils in animals in 93, which for me is not that long ago. So that's really exciting. So while Dr. Lewis and Dr. Nelly get a lot of recognition in the oils in animals area, it's actually Caroline Ingram who exclusively studied the use of essential oils alongside veterinarians and developed an incredibly safe and effective method known nowadays as applied zoopharmacognosy. I know it's a mouthful, right? You can actually Google it, and it translates directly in Greek as animal, medicine, and knowledge. So this method is actually a very natural method. And the thought with it is that animals have an innate ability to actually know what they need for their health. So an example of this is when your dog, I know like when my dog has a little bit of an upset stomach, you know, the dogs will go outside and they will actually eat grass, and that is supposed to settle their stomach. And I know, like, I know my dog has trained me that every time I see her or him go out and start eating grass, I will then kind of lock them away a little bit. You know, I'll give them their own space because, of course, we know that whatever is upsetting their stomach will present itself yet again. So let's talk about essential oils and pets. So what are essential oils? Well, essential oils are produced by plants, and they are the health and defense system of our plants. And when we inhale and absorb these essential oils, and their evaporating constituents will actually get up and into the brain. The sense of smell is connected to the limbic system of the brain, and the limbic system is where emotions, memory, and certain regulatory functions in the body are found. Thus, essential oils work simultaneously on the physical and the emotional level at the exact same time. And they do this for our pets the same way that they do it for us. So yeah, I don't know about you, but yeah, if you can relate to emotions playing a huge role in your physical body, I mean, I think that's everybody. When we don't feel good emotionally, we don't feel good physically. So how does zoopharmacognosy actually work? And the method states that animals have the ability to know what they need for their health. And when you're working with essential oils, we use this very natural instinct and allow the animal to choose the products that they prefer. This method is safe, it's also effective, and it's also really simple. And I know that it can sound a bit out of the box for our animal friends, but animals are really in tune with their bodies, and they tend to know what they need. So you allow an animal to choose by keeping the lid on the essential oil and allowing them to smell it. So you don't open up the essential oil and force that bottle under their nose. You actually have the oil closed and you let them come up and smell it. Their choice or positive sign looks like prolonged sniffing, interest, or sometimes they will even lick the oil that they like and the oil that can be used. If it's a negative choice and they don't want that oil, they will completely ignore it. They will barely sniff it, or they will actually avoid that essential oil. So never force a product on an animal because it can actually cause stress. Adverse side effects can result from actually forcing essential oils on an animal. You really want to hold it out just like you would with a human that comes to your house. You don't force humans on your pets. You hold it out, you let them sniff that person, and then the animal gets to invite that person into their world. It's the same thing with essential oils. It turns out that they've been caring for themselves long before they partnered with us to care for them. And so we should trust those instincts for them. And let me tell you, my dog Olive, she actually does not like lavender, which really blows my mind. Like, I have used lavender on my kids for a really, really long time. And when it comes to lavender, if I have it on my hands and I just put it on my children's feet, she will sniff it and she will sneeze and she will just go running from the room. So it's kind of crazy how that happens. But yeah, you don't want to go forcing essential oils on animals. And, when it comes to animals as well, we aren't just talking about dogs and cats. Either. We're actually talking about horses and dogs and cats and a myriad of other animals that can actually benefit from the uses of essential oils. So do you know that a cat will stay put when it doesn't like something that's going on? So I didn't actually know that. Like I said, I'm kind of a dog person. But when it comes to horses actually tend to respond very well to essential oils since they're herbivores and they have metabolic pathways that will actually break down most oils. They also tend to prefer inhalation and licking methods that are associated with essential oils. So if you can see from the picture, that woman has an essential oil bottle out and is letting the horse actually sniff that essential oil. Dogs also tend to prefer inhalation and licking. That's as opposed to putting it on their fur or rubbing it on their pads. Cats, however, don't have metabolic pathways to break down most essential oils. Essential oils can still be safe to use, but you do need to make sure that your cats choose their own oils. Cats are even more discerning when it comes to dogs. This means that your cat will probably tell you exactly what it is he or she wants. If you have any concerns at all, you do want to make sure to consult your veterinarian when it comes to your pets and definitely horses. And now I know, has anybody who is on seen on the Young Living Farm them do the raindrop technique on horses? So does anybody want to share that experience? 4 dogs. Oh, your horses, Terry says that their horses loved Valor. That's awesome. Donald, you've seen them use the raindrop technique on horses. Horses just love it. And I think that that's amazing. And I know that they do it at the Young Living farm every single year.
I've seen Gary give raindrops on horses. And one year there was a mare that was very anxious. And I think she was pregnant. And so he wanted us to observe her anxiousness, her anxiety, and then he did the raindrop, and she was like a whole different horse when he finished. I mean, she was calm, she was attentive, it is really amazing. And we've used raindrop techniques on horses up at the Highland Flats. If they've gotten injured, we use oils on their, on their legs and around their hooves, and we've given raindrops. So I know I've helped Jackie give raindrops to the horses up there. It's phenomenal.
That's awesome.
I want to take a second and share the power of digest for horses.
Mm-hmm.
So on our ranch in Arizona, we had a horse with really bad colic. And he was laying on the ground just moaning and moaning. And the vet refused to come out because we lived about an hour away from civilization. So I thought, okay, I've got nothing to lose. What am I going to do? So I dumped out the entire, what do you call that huge trough, Kathy? Like the big, huge animal trough of water. Anyway, whatever you call it. I dumped it out so that he could not drink out of that. And I filled a bucket with water with 25 drops of digest. And then I marinated his gut in digest while he was laying on the ground, just marinated him in about 30 drops of digest. Well, after about an hour, he stood up and he went over to that water bucket, and he was so mad because he hated the smell of that water with the digest. But finally, he got so thirsty, he drank the bucket of water with the digest, had the largest elimination of his life, and was completely over the colic, which could have killed him. It could have killed him. So the power of digest with our pets is so beautiful.
Wow, that's awesome. And yeah, I've heard that story as well. And I've heard others talk about digest with pets also. So, all right, let me show you a few rules of thumb is where we are going next when it comes to pets. So due to all of their hair follicles, animals have an increased rate amount of absorption. So we don't want to use the same amount on our pets as we would on ourselves because their fur is a lot more absorbent than our skin is. So you want to use plenty of carrier oil when you're actually applying an essential oil to your pets. And of course, err on the side of caution. Cats should have a carrier oil dilution of about 8 drops of the carrier oil to 1 drop of essential oils. Dogs that are under 25 pounds should have 5 drops of carrier oil to every single drop of essential oil. You can also dilute a little bit further at the beginning. So if you're going to go ahead and you're going to put those essential oils on your pets, you want to make sure to dilute them way down because they will absorb and get the benefit right through their fur. Now, I also love making roll-ons for my pets. So when it comes to, putting something that I might put on them if they're anxious or having separation anxiety, I will actually just make a little roller bottle for that. You also want to listen to your animal. So if you're diffusing oils for yourself while your pet's around, make sure that there's an open door or a window so that they can leave. So you just want to make sure that they've got the ability to stay and enjoy the diffuser if they want to stay and enjoy the diffuser. But if they don't like it, just make sure that they have a place that they can and leave. And I think that that's kind of funny to say. I don't know if you guys have seen the video on Facebook with the cats, that the little cat is actually snuggled around the diffuser. It's probably the cutest thing I think I've ever seen, this little kitten. But pets will actually like what you're diffusing as well. So did you know that a cat will stay put when it doesn't like something going on? I don't think so. With all the hype that is surrounding essential oils in cats, I understand that people are really sensitive and cautious, and I'm really glad that you are as well. So just make sure that, you know, there's a place for your pets to escape to. So the 3 most important things when being cautious on behalf of your pet while you're using the oil is, of course, to check the quality of the essential oils, because as we know, not all essential oils are created equal. So let your pet choose and make sure that you're providing an out for them if they're in a room with a diffuser. So let's talk about the Young Living Seed to Seal promise. So this promise goes into every single bottle of Young Living essential oils for yourself and for your family. Young Living has a seed to seal guarantee and a promise, and they abide by very strict guidelines in order to fulfill their promise to send pure products into your home. So first of all, their farms and their partner farms abide by very, very strict farming standards. They also select the strongest seeds from the thriving plants that they will actually go and plant again. So they hand weed and use all of their own Young Living essential oils on the plants for pest control to avoid the use of toxic chemicals, and Young Living harvests at peak times to ensure the quality of those essential oils. They distill on the site of the farm and without any chemicals as well, and they also test every single batch. If that batch of essential oil doesn't meet their standards because of weather conditions or for any reason at all, they actually will not bottle it. All of these factors add up to a huge difference in quality and effectiveness when it comes to essential oils. And you can, of course, read about the entire Seed to Seal promise on seedtoseal.com. And if you haven't taken the time to do that, I really highly recommend that you do. And of course, share that website with people who are curious about the differences in the quality of essential oils. So let's talk about some specific essential oils that can help our pet friends. The first one that I want to talk about is actually lavender. So here is our first recipe, and I'm going to take the link and I'm going to put the link just in case. Oh, and I think I said that wrong, Donald. Cats actually won't stay put when they don't like what's going on. They will get up and move. I think that might have been a misprint in my script. Okay, so I have over in the chat box is actually a link to a handout. This handout does tend to have some extra recipes and things like that on it. Let me show it to you really quick. This is what it looks like. And by the way, if you go to YouTube and you put in that word, zoopharmacognosy, that's how that's pronounced, you will actually find an amazing number of different videos that actually explain animals and how animals heal themselves. So you can print this out for yourself, but also I just wanted to point out that some of these recipes that we're going to go over is actually in this handout. Okay, so hopefully you can get into Facebook and get that. If you don't do Facebook, that's totally okay. I will actually put it when I post this video on our training page. I will also put a link to where you can download the handout as well. So you just have to wait a little longer. You just might not get it right away. Okay,
I would have to say I disagree in one little tiny point. I think it's important as a business owner to understand how to navigate Facebook. Just saying, just saying.
Oh, that's funny. I know, you know, I agree as well. Facebook is definitely a good way to stay connected with people. But I do know that more and more people are kind of getting off of Facebook and using other things. I do believe that you should probably be on Facebook as a business person. So, okay. So here is lavender. Everyone has heard of lavender. It's frequently referred to as a Swiss Army knife of essential oils. And while lavender, it can be really calming to you and me, it can also be really calming to your pets as well. It's very soothing to the skin, as well as, you know, just the scent being calming. And it's also great to use before going outside. So here's a little DIY hack for making your own skin soothing gel recipe for your animal. So you can take 2 ounces of water, water-based gel, like an aloe vera, and then you can take 5 to 20 drops of essential oil, like, you know, lavender, and you can mix it together. You actually whisk it, and then you can apply the gel to any sensitive areas of the skin. This is really awesome for your own skin. It's also really good for your pet's skin if it tends to get irritated. But, you know, just make sure that you collaborate with your animals on, you know, what essential oils they're going to want through that test that we were talking about earlier. And so here are 3.
Can I jump in real quick?
Uh-huh.
We all just had July 4th and all the fireworks, and I don't know about anybody else in anybody else's neighborhoods, but I must have very, very patriotic people in my neighborhood, because they started doing the fireworks like on the 25th of June, and that last night was the first night I hadn't heard fireworks in like 2 weeks. Stress away, peace and calming, and lavender, all 3 are great to use on at least my dogs to help them, along with the tea away from the Animal Sense collection. But all of those oils were my go-to mainstay for the last 2 weeks worth of firework celebrations.
Yes.
So
That's
just
awesome.
an FYI out there. They're great for dogs that have issues with thunderstorms, which we get quite frequently down here in Florida. I'm sure Terry understands that.
Yeah.
And, you know, during hurricane season, and that also helps when you have to put them in the car to take them to the vets.
Yeah, that's
so. I just would throw that in as a little tip.
Do you diffuse it, or do you?
I started my diffuser at like 6 o'clock at night with the oils in them, but then we have a couple people who like to light the M80s off like right behind our house, and so I would then turn around and do topical either on the inside flap of their ear or on their paw, the pads of their paw, and as long as you can get it about 10 or 15 minutes before they actually start getting the anxious panting and the shaking and everything, they're cool as cucumbers, and I didn't have any issues. But if I didn't get them before they started the anxious shaking, then it took a little while longer for it to get into their system. So just a little tip from a dog owner to the rest of you.
Yes, and definitely collaborate with your dog, because like I said, my dog loves Stress Away, hates lavender. Like, she will shoot to the other side of the room to avoid lavender. I have no idea why. So, okay, so, and we are going to talk about the Animal Sense oils as well. But right now for this is a DIY collar for your dogs, which is awesome, with cedarwood, geranium, and frankincense. Frankincense is just a great oil, you guys. So with cedarwood can actually be really calming and grounding. And frankincense is incredibly grounding and calming, and it's very soothing to the skin. And geranium, when you mix it with lavender and cedarwood for an outdoor spray, supports healthy skin and can also help to chase away little things that want to annoy your dogs in the outside world. And it can also be very balancing and very grounding. So you take the essential oils in the water and you mix it in a bowl together, and then you put in your dog's collar and you soak it for about 5 minutes. Then you take out the collar and you let it dry before you use it. You don't want to put a wet collar on your dog because that can't feel good. And then just make sure that you listen to your animal and that they approve the whole concoction first. So, put your oils in the bowl of water, hold it up to them, make sure that one of them is not sneezing and running away, and then you can soak their collar in it. And this is just like a great little hack for that. So next, let's talk about Citrus Fresh. Citrus Fresh is actually one of my favorite essential oils. The Citrus Fresh, I love putting into the diffuser. I also love adding Citrus Fresh vitality oil to pancakes and, you know, all sorts of things that I make for the kids, like baked goods and things like that. So Citrus Fresh is relaxing and calming, and it smells really good. Think of like citrus with a little hint of mint. And so if you are tired of the dog and the cat smell in your house, I know I can get tired of that, especially if it's rained and all of the dogs have decided to go have fun in the rain. So to help with pet odors, you can diffuse this blend around the house or wherever your litter box is located. You can also create a spray that you can use on your furniture. And if you notice that your pet is avoiding the Citrus Fresh spray, you can either use that to your advantage to keep your cats like off the couch or to keep your dogs out of the bedroom, or you can switch to a different oil to freshen the air, such as purification, lavender, or just about anything else that you enjoy. To create a really nice, refreshing room spray, you can add 20 drops of Citrus Fresh essential oil to your choice of, or oil of your choice, to distilled water in a 4-ounce spray bottle. And that can be a really good, just general house spray recipe. You can also choose from these. So orange tends to bring peace and happiness to the mind and the body. Tangerine is really calming to the nervous system. You also have mandarin. So, the first 3 are definitely orangey citrus scents, but it's really refreshing and uplifting and revitalizing. Grapefruit is very balancing and uplifting to the mind, and lemon promotes health and physical energy. Spearmint is really great to give your spirit a boost. So these are just really fun citrus oils that you can actually use in a room spray. So here's the Animal Sense collection. What's beautiful about this collection is that where the other oils you can use on a human or you can use them on an animal, these particular products were created just with animals in mind. Their health, their wellness, their well-being, the kind of dilution that they need for their skin, all of this was put into our Animal Sense products. So they contain oils, shampoo, cat treats, dog chews, and a lot more in the Animal Sense collection. You can actually check out the entire line on the Young Living website. And, if you have a favorite Animal Sense product that you have used in the past, go ahead and put it over in the chat box. I know that you had mentioned, Cheryl, using the TOA, which I have used as well. And then my dogs absolutely love these dental chews, and it gives them really fresh breath. So I have 2 dogs that for some reason really rock the halitosis. And so if you give them some of the dental chews, it really helps with that. And then this Animal Sense ointment is spectacular. I will actually use the Animal Sense ointment on my cracked heels. Like if I get really cracked heels in the summer, I love using that one. The Animal Scent shampoo as well, I've used on all 3 of the dogs, and they actually really like the scent of that. So more than that, a portion of all of the proceeds from Animal Sense go to support Vital Ground, which is a nonprofit organization dedicated to protecting the habitat of grizzly bears and other roaming wildlife. So not only are you supporting your pets, but you're supporting wild animals as well.
Hey, Bev, let's have anybody put in the chat box, anybody else that uses Animal Sense ointment. I use it all the time. And does anybody else use it? It's totally amazing for humans as well.
Yeah, Christina Campbell does.
Yay, Christina.
Cheryl Jones uses it all the time. The Animal Sense ointment it doesn't have the same consistency as like a lotion. It almost has, it's more of a, how would you describe it, Terry? It's more like a balm.
It's really it's like a healing balm. It's really like a healing balm. So when you just need healing somewhere in your skin, that's the product right there.
It's like a salve.
Yeah, like a salve or Terry, Christina Hines, Terry Moon.
Look at that. Everybody uses it.
All you guys use it.
We've got all the smart people are on today.
Oh, you used to use it on your daughter's hair when they were little. That's awesome.
Wow.
I haven't tried it for hair, you know, but I use the hair oil, the Mira hair oil on my hair, and yeah, love it.
I've noticed a huge difference in your hair, Bev, since you started using the Mira hair oil.
You know, there are two things right now that are making a really big difference in my hair. One is that I started using Young Living shampoos, like going through the Young Living shampoos. And, you know, I think with the shampoos, you kind of have to do the same thing that you do with the oils, where you just have to try them and see what works. And so I have settled on the fact that the Copaiba vanilla shampoo, my hair just loves it. So,
Yeah.
and I use the lavender mints, and I tried the lavender volume shampoo, and it was like, nah. But yeah, when it comes to the shampoos, like the Copaiba with a little bit of the Mira, thumbs up, big thumbs up. Okay. Oh, there's a great testimony in there in the chat box from Kathy.
Oh, let me look at it.
Yeah, the vanilla Copaiba. Okay, so you guys, we are going to talk about supplements and your pets. And I know that Cheryl was mentioning some supplements that she likes to use for her pets. And so, you know, sometimes our pets need supplements too, you guys. It's amazing. And so, okay, so while these products are not labeled for the ingestible use in animals, I know many members who have used these to support their pets' overall health, and I have as well. So here are some of the popular ones that, you know, we have just heard the stories from members, or we've done it ourselves. So first of all, you know, the class would not be complete without talking about our most beloved products, which is, of course, Ningxia Red. Ningxia Red is 25% Ningxia Wolfberry Puree, which is a wellness supporting superfruit, and it's incredibly high antioxidant. Antioxidants make for an unfriendly environment for free radicals. If you don't know the effects that free radicals have on our body, I definitely recommend that you should Google it. It's a different subject for a different day, but you can Google the effects of free radicals on your body and really read up on that. You can also stick it in YouTube. There's some really good explanatory videos about it as well. So this dietary supplement helps to support normal blood sugar levels. It also provides support for normal eye health, cellular function, and energy levels. It's a supplement that provides all over support for your animal to help them be their best selves. And when it comes to, you know, giving Ningxia Red to your animals, you'll have to experiment with it just a little bit. I know that, you know, with my dogs, I can actually just put down like little tubs of Ningxia Red, like little bowls, and they will just drink the Ningxia Red like right out of the bowls. I know with other people's animals, they've had to put it in water, and then the animals will come up and they'll drink the water. So my dogs just love Ningxia Red, so I don't even have to try for that one. As far as the other supplements go, so here are a few more favorites: Sulfurzyme, the Omega Gize, and the Agile Ease. I am hearing more and more about animals that have joint issues and, you know, need a little bit more joint support. As a matter of fact, there was another release from pet food companies where they were showing how some of the additives in pet food companies are really causing havoc on the joints, like joint inflammation in pets. So Sulfurzyme capsules, they have ingredients that help maintain the structure of proteins that protect cells and cell membranes, that replenishes the connection between the cells, and it preserves the molecular framework of connective tissue. So be sure to purchase the capsules in order to avoid the added sweeteners that the Sulfurzyme powder has. So when it comes to our furry friends, like I prefer the powder over the capsules for myself, but when it comes to the animals, you may want to choose the capsules over the powder, just for a few of the different ingredients that the capsules have. Also with Omega Gize combines the power of 3 core daily supplements, your omega-3 fatty acids, your vitamin D3, and your CoQ10. These supplements combined with our proprietary enhancement essential oil blend to create an omega-3 DHA-rich fish oil supplement that may support general wellness. If used daily, these ingredients work synergistically to support normal brain health, eye health, heart health, and joint health as well. So those two combined together actually work really well, the sulfurzyme and the omega G's, as far as joint function is concerned. Now,
Miss Beverly,
Yeah.
I'd love to pause for 1 second because Terry Moon has a testimonial for a cat with joint pain and using Panaway. So I was just wondering if Terry could unmute herself and share that with us.
I'd love to do that, Terry. Yeah, a friend of mine had a cat that was older and it only liked to hang out in its basket right at the foot of the gas furnace on the stove. And she actually would have to pick the cat up and put it near its food dishes for it to eat because it wouldn't walk around. And she had a roommate upstairs, and the cat would long years before never go up and down the stairs. And she thought, would this help the cat? And so we put Panaway on the webbing between the cat's toes. And she said she came home and the cat, she said to her roommate, where's the cat? And he said, oh, he's up here with me. The cat had gone all the way up the stairs without anybody doing anything after she had to move the cat physically to put it in front of its food dish just so it would eat before that. So amazing results with Panaway on that cat.
It's amazing what you're sharing about how quickly the results are. Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, they had only used it a few times, and the cat was roaming around the whole house, going up and down flights of stairs that it hadn't done in years. So,
and I just want to jump in about Panaway. In the Caribbean last week, we had a gal that was working in one of the restaurants where we ate, and I noticed she just looked like she was in pain. And she said, Terry, I just have so much pain in my feet from being on my feet all the time. And she said, I also have tremendous discomfort, excuse me, I'll use the word discomfort, in my elbow for some reason. And I just, of course, had Panaway in my purse. And I said, well, would you be open to just trying something natural, I have no idea if it could help you. And she instantly was like, what in the world? I mean, instantly that Panaway went in and relieved that discomfort in her foot and in her elbow. So I'm just so grateful to God for the way that he provided us everything we need and the way that Gary Young put him in synergistic blends for us. So it was amazing.
That's right. What a gift. What a blessing.
Sorry, Bev, we got off on a rabbit trail, but it was a fun rabbit trail.
Oh, hardly a rabbit trail. I think, I think if there's anything that disturbs me the most about being a pet owner is that our pets age so much faster than we do. And there's nothing more heartbreaking than when that cat or that dog that has blessed you so much with its energy, just kind of becomes a big lump, it's just so heartbreaking. And so I think anything that we can do or share for our pet friends to, be there for them is worth sharing for sure. So, so let's talk about one more supplement that can actually help do that as well. Sorry, computers. There we go. Okay. So Agile Ease. So for myself, small human testimonial here. When I decided that I wanted to get back in shape, when it comes to aging, you guys, I never quite know when it starts or when it's appropriate to talk about, but I'm 38 this year. And let me tell you that getting back into shape at 38 is not the same as being in shape and getting back in shape when you're 24. And I like to believe that I have somehow aged younger than my fellow almost 40 brethren, but trying to get back working out every day, trying to get to where I'm running every day. It's a trip. I was like, my knees are sore. Why is my hip sore? Why is my back sore? And so I actually went to my doctor and I was like, I don't understand why these things are sore. And he had to break the news to me that I may not be as youthful as I once was in my 20s. so Agile Ease to the rescue, right? So last year at convention, they released Agile Ease, and I'm going to give you the magic formula that has helped me. It has been Aroma Seas on my knees. I got that tip from Terry Seacrest because she knows what she's talking about, you guys. Aroma Seas like on your knees, and my butt muscles were really sore. I don't know how else to say that, but it really helped there. But the combination of Agile Ease and Powergize, game changer. Like holy muffins, those two together are absolutely amazing. And so you take Powergize probably about 30 minutes before you're going to go do strenuous activity. It can be working out, it can be running, it can be pulling weeds in the garden. If you know that you're going to be doing some strenuous activity, take your Powergize about 30 minutes before you leave, and it will really help to boost your energy for sure. What's interesting about Powergize is that when you read the description, it seems like it's supposed to be a supplement for men. I don't get it. I mean, I take it. I think it's an amazing product, and yeah. Okay, so Agile Ease, the second to Bev's powerful trio here. So dogs that have... if we have all known dogs that have kind of winded down, this is what this product reminds me of. It's good for pets that may experience a natural acute inflammation response in their joints after exercise. So Agile Ease is a joint health supplement that is perfect for healthy individuals and pets who are looking to gain greater mobility and flexibility through the reduction of inflammation, specifically the inflammation that's in your joints. So with your capsules, you do open them up. So I will tell you what I do when I'm giving my pets capsules is I will take some meaty food, not a lot, and I will open up the capsules and I will put the capsules into their little bit of meaty food and stir it up and put it on the ground, and they will come in and they will eat it. I have put it into the Ningxia Red as well and put it on the ground, but it's like, I always feel like there's little bits that they kind of don't get. So with the chunk of meat theory, they tend to eat it up pretty good. And that's how I like to give my pet supplements. You may have to experiment a little bit with yours. Terry Moon is saying that she loves wintergreen and lemongrass together for some knee discomfort and other mild natural inflammation we may experience as we are not spring chickens anymore.
Great combo.
Yes, excellent. Okay, so let's talk about our dogs and oral hygiene.
And Bev, we've got 3 minutes.
I know, I just noticed that, but that's okay. We're almost done here. We only have a couple more slides. Okay, so here is a great pet oral care spritzer, which is fantastic. And you do need to keep your pearly whites clean, and so do your pets. So the Dintrum Ultra toothpaste is actually safe to use with dogs. So if you like to brush your dog's teeth, the Dintrum Ultra toothpaste is actually really good for that. The Thieves Dintrum Ultra toothpaste and the Thieves Aroma Bright toothpaste, so those two contain xylitol, which can actually be toxic to dogs. So make sure that you're not doing the Thieves Dintrum Ultra, you're doing the Dintrum Plus. I'm sorry, the Dintrum Plus does not have xylitol in it, so it's safe for your dogs. Not the Thieves Dintrum Ultra and not the Thieves Aroma Bright, okay? So dogs can't have xylitol. It's not good for them. So effective brushing unbinds bacteria-laden plaque from the surface of the teeth. Rinsing afterwards is a key step to make sure that the bacteria leave your mouth for good. Since you can't make your dog swish and spit, lead your pet right to a water dish so that they can drink right after you brush their teeth. So here is a great oral spritzer. The products, again, they're not labeled for animal use, but I know members who have used them and they've been very safe for their pets. So last but not least, I do want to show you guys how you can actually transform. You can use your Essential Rewards program. Here's a 3-month plan that you can do to actually swap out some of the toxic stuff for your pets and bring in some cleansers that may really help them. So this 3-step process for your essential rewards is on the handout, so you may want to grab that. But, you know, starting with nutrition and the Ningxia Red, bringing in the toothpaste and the oral care and the Thieves Cleaner as well. And then, of course, the Animal Scent Shampoo. We've got some Animal Scents essential oils in there, and the geranium, the frankincense, and the lavender as well. So make sure that you jump into that, and just a little plan for you to help with your essential rewards. So that is all I have for you guys today.